Imagine waking up to an unusual weather report. Today's forecast, 100% chance of bananas. Yes, bananas. Not rain, not snow, just ripe, yellow bananas falling from the sky, all day, everywhere. At first, this might sound hilarious. Free fruit, banana smoothies for everyone. But give it a few seconds, and things get very bad. Let's do the math. The average banana weighs about 120 grams. Now imagine one falling from the sky at terminal velocity. That's about 80 km/h. That's not a gentle plop. That's a slap in the face with a potassium bomb. And it's not one banana. It's trillions. To match global rainfall rates, we're talking roughly 500 trillion bananas in one day. Skies turn yellow, rooftops collapse, cars dented, streets slippery, your local supermarket obsolete. Okay, so what happens when all these bananas hit the ground? First, mass destruction. Then, decay. Mountains of rotting fruit, mold, flies, feral animals. The smell? Imagine a smoothie left in the sun, multiplied by every city on Earth. Banana rainwater would clog sewers and rivers. Wildlife could feast or choke. And methane emissions from the decay? Enough to give climate change a solid nudge forward. Basically, Mother Nature files a lawsuit. Now imagine society trying to cope. People trapped indoors, roads impassable. Internet influencers go viral slipping on banana peels until the power goes out. Governments declare fruit emergencies. The banana stock market collapses. Eventually, people adapt. Banana umbrellas, banana helmets, and a global pivot to potassium-based economies. But long-term, famine follows feast, soil erosion, invasive banana fungi, and worse, humans might never look at a smoothie the same way again. So, what if it rained bananas for a day? At first it's funny, then it's frightening, then it's a science lesson wrapped in fruit skin. Because even the weirdest thought experiments can reveal how delicately our world is balanced and how quickly chaos can fall from the sky, like a banana. So, the sky has finished its 24-hour banana tantrum. Over 30 trillion bananas have slammed into Earth's surface at high speed. The damage? Catastrophic. But now, things get worse. Because while the banana rain may be over, what's left behind is a slow, sticky environmental apocalypse. Let's begin with what the ground looks like after 24 hours of non-stop fruit fall. The bananas don't just bounce neatly into baskets, they pile up. They clog streets, crush crops, bury buildings. Even conservatively, we're talking about 500 to 600 kilograms of bananas per square meter. In urban areas, they flood into subway entrances, fill parking garages, and bury sidewalks waist deep. Outside cities, they smother entire ecosystems. Forests are blanketed in yellow, croplands obliterated. Bananas now sit atop everything, rotting. Yes, rotting, and that's when the real horror begins. Bananas decompose fast. Within hours, microbes get to work, breaking down all that soft, sugary biomass. The result? A biochemical war zone. Methane gas fills the air, a greenhouse gas 80x more potent than CO2. Alcohols and acids leak out, creating a fermenting sour stench that covers entire cities. Mold and fungi erupt into bloom, including potentially toxic species that could make humans and animals sick. Waterways become banana slurries, choking fish, blocking filtration systems, and turning rivers into rotting yellow goo. Air quality drops. Respiratory issues spike. Banana waste becomes the largest biological pollutant in human history, in just one day. Now enter nature's cleanup crew, insects, rodents, and opportunistic scavengers. The banana buffet triggers an invasive species explosion. Fruit flies reproduce at insane rates. Billions emerge in just a few days. Cockroaches swarm cities. Rats and mice gather in masses, competing for feast zones. Wild boars, bears, coyotes, and stray dogs follow the scent, wandering into urban areas in record numbers. With predators gone and streets abandoned, cities descend into fruit-fueled chaos. And where there's sugar and rot, bacteria follow. Diseases once rare, foodborne illnesses, fungal infections, respiratory conditions, become commonplace. Hospitals overrun. Nature is resilient, but it has limits. Bananas piled several feet high block sunlight, halting photosynthesis in grasslands, farms, and forests. Native plant species suffocate under the weight. Pollinators can't navigate through the thick layer of fruit mush. Trees collapse from fungal infections, spreading through banana mulch. Entire ecosystems are choked out. And in oceans? The bananas that landed offshore float briefly, then sink, depleting oxygen as they decompose. Hypoxic dead zones emerge, killing marine life. Coral reefs, already under stress from climate change, suffer another devastating blow. This isn't just pollution, it's mass fruit extinction. Let us be honest. No waste system on Earth is designed to handle trillions of decomposing organic missiles. Landfills fill up instantly. Waste incinerators can't keep up. Compost systems are overwhelmed, spilling rotting piles into nearby towns. Wastewater treatment plants clog. Electricity flickers on and off. Highways are impassable. Food supply chains are broken. Sanitation workers quit. People flee cities. Governments scramble to respond. And then there's the smell. It's not just bad, it's existentially revolting. Imagine a planet-wide smoothie gone sour, permanently. Mental health plummets. People report nausea, depression, nightmares about fruit. Psychologists coin a new disorder, banana collapse syndrome. As if we needed more, remember. Decomposing organic matter releases greenhouse gases. Within weeks, the banana rot contributes gigatons of CO2 and methane to the atmosphere. Global temperatures rise by 0.3 to 0.5 degrees Celsius in just a few months. It's like fast-forwarding climate change by a decade in exchange for 24 hours of fruit rain. Rainforests, tundras, and coral reefs, already on the edge, tip into collapse. Weather patterns shift. Agricultural cycles break. Ironically, real rain stops in places where it's needed most. In the end, the banana rain becomes a global inflection point. The earth is left sticky, broken, and gasping. It will take years, maybe decades, to recover, if we ever do. All this from one innocent-sounding question. What if it rained bananas for a day? Turns out nature always has the final word. The skies have cleared. The rot has begun. And now, the real chaos starts. Because humanity, for all its technology, planning, and civilization, was never prepared for this. Not for 30 trillion falling bananas. Not for cities buried in goo. Not for the collapse of normality. This is how society responds to a crisis it never imagined. Let's rewind to minute zero, when the bananas begin falling. At first, confusion. People stare at the sky, laugh nervously, record it on their phones. Then panic spreads. Cars crash as bananas slam windshields. Pedestrians scream, dodge, and slip in the early waves of fruit. News anchors lose composure. Twitter explodes. The world goes from banana jokes to martial law in less than 12 hours. Governments try to respond, but no disaster plan includes fruit storm. FEMA? Out of its depth. The UN issues a global slippery crisis warning. It's every country for itself. Behind the scenes, emergency operations centers fill with whiteboards and coffee cups. Questions come flying. Do we evacuate cities? Are bananas considered biohazard waste? Should we treat this as a natural disaster or an act of fruit-based terrorism? Leaders scramble to coordinate airlifts, distribute banana-proof gear, and reroute food logistics. But banana-laden runways are useless. Fuel trucks can't move. The supply chain? Gone. Even tech giants collapse under pressure. Internet infrastructure fails as cooling fans jam with banana pulp. Suddenly, everything from hospitals to smart homes is running on backup batteries, if they're running at all. Let's talk money. The global economy is built on stability, just-in-time delivery, food security, infrastructure. But now, oil prices spike as transportation halts. Stock markets plummet due to banana exposure. Agricultural stocks tank. Banana companies implode, ironically. Hyperinflation hits local economies. Bananas become literally worthless. Ironically, people burn them for warmth. Currencies fail. Black markets form, trading gloves, masks, clean air, and meat. Banana futures become a meme and then a currency on the dark web. Humans are wired to adapt, but not to this. People begin reporting hallucinations, intense phobias, and existential dread triggered by anything yellow or sweet-smelling. New terms enter psychology textbooks: banana phobia, an irrational fear of fruit showers; slippery reality syndrome, detachment caused by extended time living in fruit-laden chaos; BPPD, banana post-processing disorder, trauma from witnessing loved ones slip, fall, or vanish beneath banana avalanches. People form cults, some worshiping the bananas, others blaming them on divine punishment. Urban legends spread: the chosen peel, the man who predicted the storm, and the monkey uprising. Social media, once a source of connection, becomes a panic machine. Then it goes silent. In the months that follow, humanity enters a kind of post-banana dark age. But slowly, we adapt. Banana-resistant shelters are built. Engineers develop peel-repellent surfaces. Banana wranglers become an elite trade. Crops regrow in buried soil. Survivors cultivate banana-resistant fungi to break down the sludge. Civilization begins to compost its way back. The calendar resets. Day 0 becomes Year 1 AB, after bananas. Cities like Singapore, Oslo, and Wellington become beacons of recovery, having buried banana waste under massive land masses and sealed them like nuclear bunkers. Banana-powered biofuel becomes the new oil, and a new religion forms, the Church of the Peel, celebrating resilience, absurdity, and potassium. In the end, we don't just survive, we change. Bananas taught us how fragile our systems are, how interwoven supply chains, food, tech, energy, and human psychology really are, how absurdity can destroy order in a single day, and perhaps most importantly, that imagination matters. Because if we can think through the consequences of a banana storm, we can prepare for real disasters, climate change, food collapse, pandemics, not with fear, but with curious preparation. Sometimes the stupidest question leads to the smartest answers. And that's what happens when it rains bananas for a single day. From physics, to nature, to society, everything slips.